What's up, YouTube? So this is the upload for April 15th, 2021 at 10:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this time, I'm pressing this update where I had to throw away my printer because the thing was jamming too much, and I did order a new one, or semi-new. Either to be here Tuesday or Thursday, so I'm gonna have to read um, this upload newsletter from the actual newsletter, and I do have a lot, so hopefully we can make it before the 15-minute marker. So let's get into the video. As always, if you like this video, please subscribe, sub, share, comment below what you want in the video. I'll try to research what you want to be in the video. But anyways, let's get right to the video. So of course, recently it was just Easter. So Easter recently came around on April 3rd, and was wondering what is the history of the bunny and when Jesus died for our sins. So according to the bunny, it turns out Easter actually began as a pagan festival celebrating spring in the northern hemisphere long before the advent of Christianity. Since prehistoric times, people have celebrated the equinoxes and the solstice as sacred times. According to the University of Sydney professor Carl Cusack, according to some sources, Easter bunny first arrived in America in the 1700s with German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania and transported their traditional of an egg-laying hare called ostrace or osterhase. Their children made nests which this creature could lay its colored eggs. So the next one, let's get to Jesus. So Easter, also called Pascha, it's a Aramaic Greek Latin, or Resurrection Sunday, is a Christian festival and holiday commemorating the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, described in the New Testament as having occurred on the third day after his burial following the crucifixion by the Romans at Calvary C. 30 AD. Alright, so now on to the real news. So infrastructure, this is what at the time I knew what was happening. I don't know much about the stimulus, even though they're saying sometime before fall they'll actually have stimulus checks sent out again. My refund, which is currently pending, says it's been received, so I'm hoping to get it before the 19th, per what I was talking to the IRS rep. She didn't say a date, but it was presumed the 19th. For my $552 refund, and then hopefully we'll get the $600 from California next month. Sorry. So Biden details a $2 trillion plan to rebuild infrastructure and reshape the Biden details $2 trillion plan to build infrastructure and reshape the economy. President Biden introduced a $2 trillion plan on Wednesday to overhaul and upgrade the nation's infrastructure, calling it a transformational effort that could create the most resilient, innovative economy in the world. White House officials said the proposal's combination of spending and tax credit would translate into 20,000 miles of rebuilt roads, repair to the 10 most economically important bridges in the country, the elimination of lead pipes from the nation's water supply, as well as a list of other projects intended to create millions of jobs in the short run and strengthen American competitiveness in the long run. They said the plan would also accelerate the fight against climate change by boosting the shift of new, cleaner energy sources, and it would help promote racial equality in the economy. The provisions would improve the wages, internet service, drinking water, and commute times, according to Mr. Biden. The cost would offset by increased corporate tax revenues raised over 15 years, particularly from multinationals that earn and book profit overseas. The President counts those increases as a means of prod companies into investing, producing more in the United States. The spending in the plan would take place over 8 years, the President said, and the tax increases would more than offset the spending in 15 years, leading to the eventual reduction of the budget deficit. Unlike the economy stimulus passed under President Barack Obama in 2009, when Mr. Biden was vice president, officials will not, in every case, prioritize so-called shovel-ready projects that could quickly bolster growth, but even spread over years. The scale of the proposal underscores how fully Mr. Biden has embraced the opportunity to use federal spending to address his long-standing social and economic challenges in a way not seen in half a century. Officials said that if approved, the spending in the plan would end decades of stagnation in federal investment in research and infrastructure, and would return government investment in those areas as a share of the economy to the highest level since 1960. The proposal is the first half of what will be a two-step release of the President's ambitious agenda to overhaul the economy and remake American capitalism, which could carry a total cost of up to $4 trillion over a decade. Mr. Biden has named it American Job Plan, echoing the $1.9 trillion pandemic relief bill that Mr. Biden signed into law last month. American Rescue Plan. On Wednesday, Mr. Biden said the next phase, which he will seek to pay for in part through tax increases on wealthy individuals, will come in a matter of weeks and be known as the American Family Plan. While spending on roads, bridges, and the physical improvements of the nation's economy foundation has always been bipartisan appeal, the plan Mr. Biden rolled out on Wednesday drew quick opposition from the right to its size and reliance on corporate tax increases. The spending in the plan covers a wide range of physical infrastructure projects, including transportation, broadband, electrical grid, housing efforts to jumpstart advanced manufacturing, the other industries officials see as the key to the United States' growing economic competition with China. It also includes money to train millions of workers as well as money for initiatives to support labor unions and providers of in-home care for older and disabled Americans, which Americans, while increasing the pay of workers who provide the care, among them a total of $180 billion for research and development, $150 billion for roads and bridges, $85 billion for public transit, $80 billion for Amtrak and freight rail, since Mr. Biden is big on trains. There will be a $42 billion for ports and airports, $100 billion for broadband, $111 billion for water infrastructure, including $45 billion to ensure no child ever is forced to drink water from a lead pipe, which can slow children's development and lead to behavioral and other problems. The plan seeks to repair 110,000 smaller bridges across the country, along with the 10 most economically significant ones in need of fix. It would electrify 20% of the nation's fleet of yellow school buses and would spend $300 billion to promote advanced manufacturing, including a 4-year plan to restock the country's strategic national stockpile of pharmaceuticals, including vaccines, and preparation for future pandemics. In many cases, officials cast news goals in the language of closing racial gaps in the economy, sometimes the result of previous federal spending efforts, like interstate highway developments that split communities of color, or air pollution that affects Black, Hispanic communities near ports or power plants. I was hoping she replied. Officials cast the $4 trillion billion spending on in-home care in part as a slave to underpaid, undervalued workers in the industry who are disparately women of color. Sorry, this is a long document. Mr. Biden's pledge to tackle climate change is embedded throughout the plan. Roads, bridges, and airports will be made more resilient to the effects of more extreme storms, floods, and fires. wrought by a warming planet. Spending on research and development could help spur breakthroughs in cutting-edge clean technology, while plans to retrofit and weatherize millions of buildings would make them more energy efficient. The president's focus on climate change is centered, however, on modernizing and transforming the United States' two largest sources of plant-warming greenhouse gas pollution: cars and electric power plants. It does have mass spending meant to increase the use of electric cars, which today make up just 2% of the vehicle on American highways. The plan proposes spending $174 billion to encourage the manufacture and purchase of electric vehicles by granting tax credits and other initiatives to companies that make electric vehicle batteries in the United States instead of China. The goal is to reduce vehicle price tags. The money would also fund the construction of about 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations, although experts say that the number is but a tiny fraction of what is needed to make electric vehicles a mainstream option. Mr. Biden plans to propose $100 billion in programs to update modernize the electrical grid to make it more reliable and less susceptible to blackouts, like what happened in Texas, like those that recently devastated Texas, while also building more to it. Proposes the creation of clean electricity standard, especially a federal mandate requiring a certain percent of electricity in the United States be generated by zero carbon energy sources like wind, solar, and possibly nuclear power. But that mandate would have to be enacted by Congress, where prospects for its success remain murky. Similar efforts to pass such a mandate have failed multiple times over the past 20 years. Transmission lines from wind and solar plants to large cities. The plan proposes additional $46 billion in federal procurement programs for government agencies by fleets of electric vehicles and $35 billion in research and development programs for cutting-edge new technologies. It also calls for making infrastructure and communities more prepared for the worsening effects of climate change, though the administration has so far provided few details on how it would accomplish that goal. The plan also includes $16 billion program intended to help fossil fuel workers transition to new work, like capping leaks on defunct oil wells and shutting down retired coal mines, and $10 billion for new California, for a new civilian climate course. Mr. Biden would fund his spending in part by limiting tax preferences for fossil fuel producers, but the bulk of his tax increases will come from corporations generally. He would raise the corporate tax rate to 28% from 21%, partially reversing a cut signed into law by former President Donald J. Trump. Mr. Biden would also take a variety of steps to raise taxes on multinational corporations, many of them working within an overhaul of taxation of profits earned overseas only, was included in Trump's tax law in 2017. Those measures would include raising the rate of minimum tax on global profits and eliminating several provisions that allow companies to reduce their American tax liability on profits that live in and book abroad. Mr. Biden would also add a new minimum tax on global income of the largest multinationals, and he would ramp up enforcement efforts by the International Revenue Service against large companies that evade taxes. Mr. Biden said on Wednesday that the proposed tax haven on global income alone would raise $1 trillion over 15 years. The president appealed to a sense of tax fairness in defending those plans and said the plan would deliver concrete improvements to standards of living for Americans while meeting the challenge of competition from China and showing the world that democratic capitalism still works. Title. Senate. Okay, I'm going to start. This is like a caption. The decision by the Senate parliamentarian to allow Democrats to advance multiple reconciliation packages this year is a game changer that gives Senate Majority Leader um, Chuck Schumer multiple paths to advance President Biden's agenda. At minimum, Schumer will be able to use budget reconciliation rules to bypass Republican filibusters more than 2 times this year, just as he did to pass Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan last month on a 49 vote. Schumer now has the flexibility to advance Biden's infrastructure spending and tax reform goals in 2 separate packages, and also to raise the federal debt limit by year's end. Alright, so now on to the fourth stimulus check. Wondering what's all the buzz over possible fourth stimulus payment is about? Not that you guys don't know that, right? So millions of Americans have received their third stimulus payment over the last few weeks. Shortly after President Joe Biden signed the latest stimulus bill into law, the IRS began mailing out his round of 1,400 stimulus checks and depositing payments into qualifying dependents' recipients' bank account. While not everyone who qualifies to receive their payment, yet the federal agency is still made impressive headway on the distribution of these funds. At the end of March, about 130 million Americans had received or were in line to receive their direct stimulus payments. The process of distributing the third round of stimulus payments has been much quicker than it was with the last 2 stimulus payments. There have been delays for a number of groups, however, including those who receive Social Security payments and other payments. These types of delays can cause major issues for those who have suffered economic hardship from the pandemic and made it a lot tougher to pay monthly bills and other essentials. So recently they did receive payments between the VA and Social Security, which is awesome. But while millions are still waiting on the third stimulus payment to arrive, some lawmakers have been pushing for a fourth round of stimulus checks. If you're wondering what a fourth stimulus payment would look like or how much the checks would be, let's find out. So right now there's a push for a fourth stimulus check, which is being led primarily by Democratic representatives. Though that could change in time. Talks over the fourth check started in late March when Elizabeth Warren, Ilhan Omar, Bernie Sanders, and a group of about 60 other Democratic U.S. representatives, senators signed a letter asking the president to issue recurring checks to Americans throughout the pandemic. The letter urged Democratic leaders to continue sending stimulus checks to Americans they need until the economy recovers. The letter also urged Biden to issue automatic extension of unemployment insurance benefits in order to help fill the gaps caused by the economic loss due to many people losing jobs during the pandemic or pandemic, however you want to look at it.
So I'm going into the LDAP and I'm clicking on virtual try-on, grapefruit gold.
So how much would a fourth stimulus check be? Well, there is hint of one-time $2,000 and then $1,000 reoccurring is what is currently being proposed with the Democrats. As of right now, there's no proposed fourth check and not in any formal legislation. So the answer to this question of the amount of a fourth stimulus check is nothing, though it could change at some point. That is said, the idea for Biden to include a fourth check in the American Jobs Plan is known as the Build Back Better plan, infrastructure plan that will help stimulate the economy and help the nation recover from COVID-19 pandemic, unlike the prior 3 stimulus payments. Though the proposed stimulus checks would be ongoing, meaning it would be a temporary but long-term fix until next year. fix for houses in need of financial boost. The early draft of the plan merely earmarks money for different projects, including upgraded ports, rebuilt bridges, creating jobs, raising wages, among other things. This type of funding will be distributed for projects across the nation to fix crumbling infrastructure and benefit communities by creating work and other opportunities. The bill is going to cost about $3 trillion if signed into law. The money for this bill would come from taxes primarily aimed at high-income investors in certain lower-tax businesses. The plan is also expected to raise the corporate tax rate to 28% from 21% and make other changes to the tax rates that wealthy Americans pay. Will enforcement must be added to the Build Back Better plan because this is an early draft bill. There's still plenty of time to revise and include a full stimulus payment that will have. While there are certainly people who could benefit from another financial boost, it's not likely the first stimulus check will gain much traction. Right now, the idea is backed almost entirely by Democratic lawmakers, and it would likely be a steep uphill battle to get more lawmakers on board. While the idea of ongoing checks, many Republican lawmakers, including Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, have already been vocal about the lack of GOP support for a tax increase to pay for the infrastructure plan. Some Democratic lawmakers also have been vocal about their lack of support for raising taxes to support plans like these. Furthermore, the last stimulus bill, which included money earmarked for the 1,400 that are still being issued by the IRS, faced significant hurdles. It only passed because of a process called reconciliation, which allowed, I found the place again. Which allowed it to become law without any Republican support. In other words, if we're judging by the lack of Republican support for the last stimulus bill, Biden's Build Back Better plan still is going to have a tough time making it through the proper channels to become law, and adding another stimulus check to it would make it significantly harder to pass. If the four stimulus checks were to be added to the Build Back Better plan, Democratic leaders pushing for or asking the president to send equal payments to adults and independents, prioritize those who need it the most, and will spend it quickest, and include other older dependents such as disabled, elderly dependents, and those who are over 16 still be claimed as dependents. In reality, probably not. The economy is showing signs of recovery from the pandemic thanks to mass vaccination and reopening occurring across the nation, and with the significant hurdles that the stimulus bill would need to clear in order to gain traction. It's not likely the ongoing fourth stimulus check is likely to be added to further complicate the issues at hand. Note: they're pushing on one more stimulus check of at least 2,000. As the bill gets more together, there is a possibility of 2,000 reoccurring, 1,000, sorry, we're wrong, 1,000 monthly checks into next year if COVID is not gone by then. Would a federal credit registry be better than the private credit agency system we've got now? President Biden said so on the campaign trail as his administration may be seeking to make some changes accordingly. Right now, credit scores are calculated by 3 agencies: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. They each use their own algorithms to rate a person's creditworthiness, and some have accused them of racial bias, scoring people lower based on factors that are attributed to race. Biden's idea when he was a candidate was to create a public agency under the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that would provide consumer credit information in a more fair, transparent way. Right now, consumers are allowed access to their reports from private companies. They can challenge them, but it is often costly and time consuming. But who thinks that a federal agency would be easier for consumers to use? Well, if you think that, try calling the IRS today and report back. So J&J said in a statement Tuesday that it was aware of reports of the blood clots, but had no official link to his vaccine. It had been established. The Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine distribution has been halted at federal sites across the United States due to a probe into reports of blood clots in women. The reported blood clots are very rare but potentially dangerous. But the Johnson & Johnson vaccine has not been recalled. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration officials emphasized Tuesday action was not a mandate. In fact, doctors and patients can still use Johnson & Johnson vaccine if they decide, and its benefits outweigh its risk for individual cases, according to Dr. Peter Marks. A CDC committee will meet Wednesday to discuss the cases. The FDA also has launched an investigation into the cause of clots and low platelet counts. The recommended pause for J&J distribution at mass vaccination sites could just be a matter of days, federal officials said. Some of this will be spent allowing healthcare providers to be better prepared if they see instances of blood clots show up. Quote, I like to stress these events appear to be extremely rare. However, COVID-19 vaccine safety is our top priority, according to FDA Commissioner Janet Woodcock said at a news conference on Tuesday. J&J said in a statement that it was aware of reports of blood clots, but no link to the vaccine had been established, according to Associated Press. J&J vaccine blood symptoms what to know, what to watch for if you have had these symptoms. Adverse events appear to be extremely rare and are being further evaluated to ensure vaccine safety, according to Texas officials. No unusual clots in 6 women occurred 6 to 13 days after vaccination, according to CDC. The clots occurred in veins that drain blood from the brain and occurred together in low platelets, and 6 cases were in women between 18 and 48. Symptoms are people who receive the Johnson vaccine can develop severe headache, abdominal pain, leg pain, shortness of breath within 3 weeks after vaccination. Should contact their health provider. Treatment. U.S. authorities caution doctors against using the typical clot treatment with blood thinner heparin. In this setting, administration of heparin may be dangerous, and alternative treatments need to be given. The FDA said. So Newsom says California will fully reopen on June 15th if certain conditions are met, with coronavirus cases continuing to decline in California and vaccination increase. Governor Newsom announced Tuesday that the state's economy could fully open again on as early as June 15th. The full reopening is contingent on 2 criteria, like California's COVID-19 vaccine supply is sufficient for all adults who wish to receive the shot, and the hospitalization rates remain stable and low. If those conditions are met, in the 2 months, the state as a whole will be able to move into a new phase beyond the state four-tier color-coded system that has been guiding reopening for more than 6 months. The nation's most populous state continues to make progress in vaccinating its nearly 40 million residents. As of today, California has administered more than 20 million vaccine doses, 4 million of which have gone to communities hit hardest by the pandemic, according to a news release from the governor's office. More than 30 million Californians are expected to have received at least one dose of the coronavirus vaccine by the end of the month. Last week, the state opened up vaccines to everyone over the age of 50, and starting April 15th, all adults will be eligible to receive a shot. COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths have been on the decline since the third wave inducted the state beginning at the end of last year and prompted California to issue regional stay-at-home orders that affected most residents through the start of 2021. Now, some states are experiencing the fourth wave. California has the lowest coronavirus rate in the country, according to Newsom. The state's 7-day testing positivity rate is at 1.6%. Said on Tuesday, California reported 1,367 new COVID-19 cases with 7 deaths. To date, the state has 3,583,830 confirmed cases and 58,541 deaths.
It was at right around 2,100. Then the next day it was at 2,300. Today it's at 2,400.
The second-ranking Democrat in the United States and subcommittee chairs have now signed a letter to President Joe Biden asking him to include recurring stimulus payments to Americans to build back better package to be unveiled soon.
To sell or anyone in the chat, if you're anyone in the chat, by the way, if you get this correct in the chat, I would give you a little okay? Going to say whether every Negro one person, the first person to get this correct, that's in the 1800s. Yeah, in the 1800s, there was an entrepreneur that went out west to sell mining equipment to all of the San Francisco Northwest.
The letter, which was originally circulated in early March, also asked Biden to include automatic unemployment benefit extensions that would be tied to the state economy. It's also signed by Senator Richard Durbin, the Illinois Democrat who serves as Senate Majority Leader. Chuck Schumer's top lieutenant Durbin also chairs the Senate Judiciary Committee. In total, 21 of 50 Democrats in the Senate have now signed on to the letter. Biden is set to unveil some details of his plan, which has been reported as a two-part plan with a focus on infrastructure in the first portion. In a speech in Pittsburgh on Wednesday, Capitol Hill Democrats have signaled that they're ready again to use a process called reconciliation to push through a package without any Republican votes. So at this time already, they had 53 Democrats, 23 Senate Democrats to push. Whether you've been patiently waiting for your tax refund or just filed your 2020 return, you'll want to know these 3 things. If the IRS has processed your return, then the money will arrive, and if you track it as it makes its way to your bank account or mailbox. The good news is that we can show you, or on my side, not your side, but can show you how to use and make sense of the IRS tax refund tracker, and when you can start expecting information about your refund. Note that if you pay taxes on unemployment benefits, the IRS announced it will refund the money to eligible recipients starting in May. The less good news is that the return processing and refund delivery are likely delayed as a result of the IRS sending out millions of more stimulus checks and plus-up payments this coming week. With the tax day deadline postponed to May 17th, and you still have to file today, so today's the last day as of this posting. It could be a while before your refund arrives. For people waiting for missing stimulus money as part of their refund, you'll want to know if there's a delay. So search when will I get my refund? And there are some sites that will show you the date of your possible deposit or check sent. Possible dates your refund could arrive and give you a better idea of typical wait time. Also, Lisa just filing your tax return online if you need to submit, since e-filing is more convenient for you, and the IRS recommends you to avoid sending paper in a paper return this year. I had to for certain reasons, but we also recommend sending a direct deposit to get your refund sooner. This is also everything we know so far about potential for stimulus check and how to get more money in 2021 with the child tax credit. Needs to file an amended tax form 7 tax breaks for 2020.
So when the price of things rises 2%, and we see the effects of how strong stimulus has been on the economy, the need right now.
So you need several things on hand to track your status of your tax refund. Your social security number, individual taxpayer identification number, your filing status, for example, single, married, or head of household, your exact refund amount in whole dollars, which can be found in your tax return. Using the IRS tool, where's my refund in your social security number, your ITIN, your filing status, your exact refund amount, then press send. If you enter the information correctly, you'll be taken to a page that shows your status of your refund. If not, you may be asked to verify your personal tax date and try again. If all information is correct, you'll need to enter the date you filed your taxes along with whether you filed it electronically or on paper. There's also a mobile app called IRS To Go that checks your tax refund status. Now, for me, I didn't have the app for Android. I have it for my Apple. And there are other apps that do that. But the one that I'm on my Android, if you have Android, go use search my tax return, and that one will definitely get you to the actual IRS.gov site that checks your refund status. IRS updates the data in this tool overnight each day, so you don't have to see you don't if you don't see a status after 24 hours or more, check the next day. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole dates because that's just too many. But the IRS says in most cases your refund will be issued in 21 days, but many people typically get their refunds much sooner. However, this year with the IRS reportedly facing delays complicated by the fact that it's sending out stimulus checks. Here's more on stimulus checks tax season 2020. If there are any errors, it might take the agency longer to process, which sounds like maybe like a week or so. So just add an end of the week to your date. The same goes for people who filed for an earned income tax credit or child tax credit. So here's who qualifies for CTC. The date you get your federal refund depends on how you filed your return. For example, if with refunds going into your bank account via direct deposit, it could take additional 5 days for your bank to post to your account. This means that if the IRS it took the IRS the full 21 days, to issue your check, and your bank 5 days to post, it would actually be 26 business days. If your tax return is being sent by mail, the IRS said it could take up to 6 to 8 weeks for your refund to arrive. That's where tracking your refund comes in handy. And here are some possible dates when you could receive your refund depending on when you file. I'm not going to it. Seriously, just go look online, and there's way more information. But for me, mine fell, since I just saw it online. Mine fell between April 11th through the 17th, which means at the latest, sorry, should get mine. I said next week, so pray that I'm right. But this is saying the 30th. It says when they're saying I will get my direct deposit, and then if your mail, would be May 7th. Would be your actual check that goes out in the mail. So please allow at least 2 weeks. So by the 22nd of May, you should get your refund if you've already filed. In Uber news, Uber ordered to pay $1.1 trillion after a blind woman was denied rides for more than a dozen times. Uber has been ordered to pay $1.1 million after an arbitrary rule that the rideshare company driver discriminated against a woman and her guide dog on more than dozens of separate occasions. Uber has been ordered $1.1 million after an arbitrary rule that the rideshare company's drivers discrimination against a blind woman and her guide dog on more. 1 second. Didn't proofread. She was awarded $324,000 in damages and more than $800,000 in attorney fees and court costs, according to the arbitrator's award posted online by her attorney. In addition to being denied rides, Irvin said some drivers who came to pick her up became verbally abusive towards her and her service dog, Bernie, according to the award. She alleged some of the rides she was denied led to her to be late for work, contributed to her separation from her employer, according to the award. Irving said she felt unsafe because of at least one driver's behavior, according to the award. In 2016, Uber settled a lawsuit filed with the National Federation of Blind to ensure passengers with guide dogs were given equal access to transportation. In Amazon news, Amazon workers across the U.S. appear increasingly interested in unionization, which the story failed. More than 1,000 workers have contacted the Retail Wholesale Department Store Union recently and said workers at the Amazon warehouse in Bessemer, Alabama, are taking part in the unionization vote. The historic unionization push in an Amazon warehouse in Alabama appears to have started in a domino effect. The Washington Post reports that over recent weeks, more than 1,000 Amazon workers around the U.S. have got in touch with Retail Wholesale and Department Store Union to inquire about setting up union drives at their own workplaces. Workers at Amazon warehouse in Alabama, which has more than 5,800 employees, are in the middle of the unionization vote. If they vote in favor of the union, this will be the first union Amazon workers union to be established in the U.S. The voting started February 8th, so this is kind of old, but when I wrote it, I thought it was cool because I'm in a union. So I'm for people building their union. And it's set to run through March 29th. Amazon has aggressively targeted workers with messaging telling them to vote no, including putting up banners and flyers in the bathroom, according to reports. At one point, the company started targeting workers with anti-union adverts on streaming platform Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, removed the ads saying they violated its policies in political advertising. After Amazon lost a bid to force the voting to happen in person rather than mail, a new USPS mailbox popped up outside their warehouse. Vice reported workers received texts telling them to place their ballots in the mailbox by March 1st, despite the fact the voting runs until March 29th. Trying to decide what to call story. So California statement checks will be sent out after the first set of taxes are sent out with $600 for California stimulus checks 40 days after you receive your tax refund. Expected monthly checks for state stimulus. These are the dates that based on me. Okay. My first one should be May 3rd, June 17th, August 1st, September 15th, August 30th, August 14th. So now to you now news, okay? So this is what's happening currently on my two accounts for you now. Thanks to all my supporters, I have 276,484 diamond balance. I have 27,665 in U.S. dollars. I still need to send 107,556 before April 1st to hit part of my 12,440 of my 120,000 for my crown. So in props, I have for the next level. This is 143, 109.50. Okay, I did that again, didn't I? Sorry, I am. So in prop chest, I have 71,146 fans. I thank you, 936 fans. I'm a fan of 354, so I might be deleting some of you, as well as on the other account. If you're not usually in stream. So top fans, thank you, General, Yana Valone, Linda Garcia. Thank you for being my top 3 fans. Love you, and I'll see you soon. And my other one, top fans, are General, Janet, and Rocco. Thank you, love you. My diamond balance is 50,842. My total cash is $5.08. And this is 109,990 likes before April 30th, before I can get my next crown, which is at 10,010 over 120,000 coins. Props, I'm at 1,883 props to level 48. Fans, I have 484. Thank you again, I appreciate it. I'm a fan of 147. And once we reach level 80, I know it's taking forever. Ever since they changed the partner thing, it sucks. But just gotta keep going. I'm gonna open the chest at 5,000 coins after we open up the first 500. And of course, we all know that playlist has been canceled again for this year after Twitter has said that they were going to have playlist live in September in Florida. Says after careful consideration, we decided to postpone this year's Playful Orlando 2021 event. But we'll see you in 2022. Follow us at hashtag Playlist Live for updates and I'm on Playlist Live Orlando 2022. All right, it's season part time. Welcome back to the fun. We're excited to announce that California Betting America's opening day is Saturday, May 22nd. We look forward to welcoming you back to an exciting and safe environment. We continue to monitor state guidelines and work with industry and government officials to ensure our reopening plan meets all required health and safety regulations. The park's world-class landfill rides and attractions will be waiting for you at opening day on May 22nd, including the West Coast's only single rail roller coaster, Railblazer, and 8 more exhilarating roller coasters. Bring the whole family to spend an afternoon in Planet Snoopy. Where you'll find more than a dozen family-oriented rides. Side note, I almost applied for Betting America. I got through the whole thing, and then I learned that you don't get your quote hours you want, like halfway after the season starts. So I'm like, okay, see it. Or enjoy a leisurely day playing classic games, saving fully loaded funnel cakes, seeing Snoopy and the rest of the Peanuts game. To ensure you and your family enjoy the safe park safely, several operational changes will be in effect upon reopening. To learn about enhanced health and safety measures, please visit What to Expect When We Reopen section of our website, which is greenamerica.com, which provides essential information for pre-arrival planning, what you'll see when you arrive, and how to make the most of your visit in the park. As a reminder, all 2020 silver Gold, Platinum, and Pre-K season passes will be honored during 2021 season, including 2020 season pass add-on products. All 2020 park admission tickets are valid through September 6th of 2021. I don't have that yet. So, vacation update. So tomorrow starts my vacation. I'm off for a week. I will be able to broadcast more. I am hanging with a friend on Saturday, so I may or may not broadcast, like I say, but I will try to broadcast early in the day though. And like I said, I did order my printer, so once I get that, I will post a picture on Instagram. So I canceled the hotel again, not because I didn't want to go, just money purposes. And then after this one, I'm gonna work from May to July, and then we'll see what happens in August. Yet I don't know yet. Money right now is like so crappy right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to go to Arizona. But anyways, hit up my friend on YouTube. Search Day Legend on YouTube. He's currently trying to get a music contract, and he has a possibility of going on to America's Got Talent. So he's put one tape into producers, one tape into America's Got Talent, and then if he wins, he's definitely going to come out my way, which is awesome. And we'll be able to stream together at some point, I hope, and have him live out here. So weather forecast for today will be the 16th coming. It's supposed to be 72 degrees with 5% northwest 16 miles per hour. It will be partly skies, high 72 winds northwest of 10 to 20 miles per hour. Friday night 47 degrees with 6% northwest 13 miles per hour. Clear skies, low 47 northwest winds to 10 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing to less than 5 miles per hour. Sunrise lower. I think I did Friday. It will be 6:31 a.m. Sunset 7:44 p.m. And then if you're in Fresno, California, it's going to be a sunny day. It will be 81 degrees, 1% northwest wind, 12 miles per hour. Mainly sunny, highs 81 degrees. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Record high that day was 95 degrees, average is 75. Sunrise at 6:23, sunset 7:34. Friday night will be 50 degrees, 1% northwest wind, 11 miles per hour. Clear, lows near 15, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Record low 35, average low 49. Record low 35, average 49.
$70,000 a year minimum wage. Okay, this story is unbelievable.
Okay, screw that up.
This guy.
No, I'm not going to delete it anyway, but I'm just, as I'm reading, I'm just seeing the good news. Alright, so if you live in Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador, this is for you, George. So they're at 69 degrees with some rain, some clouds, some sun, 42% north to 10 miles per hour wind. Mostly cloudy, early scattered thunderstorms developing later today. High 69 Fahrenheit winds north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Sunrise at 6:10 a.m. Sunset 6:17 p.m. Night 50 degrees with some rain, thunderstorms, clouds, possibility of snow if that picture is right. 50 degrees, 33%, northeast 5 miles per hour. Overcast with slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly during the evening. Lows around 50, winds light and variable, chance of rain 30%. Moonrise 9:32 a.m. and moonset at 9:55 p.m. All right. Matthew Perry accidentally confirmed that the first reunion shoot on Friday, April 9th, Matthew Perry posted a photo of friend reunion set on Instagram showing himself in a makeup chair, according to Deadline. The caption teased in the classic sitcom cast that had at least reunited to film the first special episode, seconds before eating a makeup brush. Perry wrote, not to mention reuniting with my friends. Perry quickly deleted the post, but not before many fans noted a capital F in Friends, further confirming the picture was taken while filming the reunion. While it seems the actor might have shared too much of the information too soon, his co-star David Schwimmer had already revealed that during April's second virtual appearance on the Graham Norton show that he was on his way to Los Angeles to film a special. Schwimmer told the host that they'd be shooting the following week and it would be his first time seeing his former colleagues together in many years. The entire main cast from the original sitcom is expected to participate, including Perry, Schwimmer, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, and Matt LeBlanc. The Friends cast previously announced an episode would be filmed in February, however, the project was delayed after COVID-19 pandemic halted the film and television production per Deadline. The series meant to launch on May 27th, along with HBO Max streaming service, which is currently home to all 10 original seasons of the show. Following Perry's now deleted behind-the-scenes photo of the official Friends Instagram confirmed the reunion had finally wrapped filming on Saturday, posting a photo from the set and writing, "Could we be any more excited? Friends, the reunion is coming to #HBO Max, #Friends Reunion." Other details of the special have been kept under wraps, though Greg Grande, the show's set producer, posted a photo of the show's iconic mirror compartment on Instagram, but the post was taken down as well as according to Deadline. In April 2020, HBO Max had preliminary details about the Friends reunion, sharing the NSD that the stars would revisit the set, reflect on behind-the-scenes footage, and discuss their time on the show. The streaming giant was also sure to clarify the actors won't be portraying their characters or filming new storylines in order to avoid any misunderstanding about what the special is. We want to make it very clear that it's not a new original episode of the series. HBO Max the cast will be appearing in themselves, not as their beloved characters.
Right. She's saying the job killer, but all they need is a job killer for like Wall Street companies that don't, all these other companies that don't pay well. Yeah.
So a man in California has made it his mission to collect used crayons and melted them into ones for hospitalized children with his company, the Crayon Initiative. The project is the inspiration of a man who was coloring with his children while out at a restaurant. He wondered what happened to the restaurant crayons when children left them behind, decided to collect them and give them a new life. Most restaurants don't reuse crayons for sanitary reasons, or at least they shouldn't, because yuck. The Crayon Initiative collects old crayons from restaurants, schools, and the Girl Scouts and gives the recycled crayons to sick children in the hospital to help them heal with creativity. The crayons are triangle shaped so they don't roll off the hospital tray tables, and last year, despite the pandemic, they were able to donate 130,000 crayon packs.
Customer attrition fell 25% below the national average.
I am not going to look at horoscopes, but here's mine. This is closing mine for today. It says, do you have a desire to purge something from your life? In days ahead, you may want to go a step further and release this burden once and for all. Could it be more a matter of letting go of any resentment or big expectations? No. Anyways, if you like this elongated video post, give me a like, give me a share, give me a sub. Check me out on YouNow at DRZKKARLE10. Unal Mammoth underscore.
How much is paid those days?
Sorry. I should know it. But 4489. I think is the ending of it. Check me out on Instagram at Derek Curly 4040. Twitter Derek Curly 1. And I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, this price on. So for instance, look what else it says here, which is at the start of